Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Burning Coils. We're here in Berwick today. It's getting nicer out. I'm lucky because I'm off the clock for the rest of the day. Justin here's got stuck working, so I drove out here with my windows down and there was nothing better. So, you know what that means. One day closer to golfing season, and the rest of this week's going to be close to 70, and I have a day off in there.
Yeah, I got the coldest day of the week off.
Yeah, and it was still 49 degrees, so it's okay.
Yeah, but not 70 like you have on Thursday.
True, and you know what? During that day, he didn't even have his car half the day because he got an oil change at 7:30 in the morning and refused to wait the 15 minutes it would have taken him because he was first in line.
Because it was like, oh, maybe like a half hour. But
Yeah, but he wouldn't sit there for a half hour. So
I also didn't sleep the night before, so I
he
wanted
had
to
his
go back to
wife
bed.
had his wife pick him up and take him home. So now while she goes to work, he's stuck at home and can't do anything because his car needed an oil change.
I still had my clubs. I could have went outside in my backyard and hit some balls, but I was watching the dog. Don't get me torqued up.
Watching the dog. Put the dog on a leash. Done.
He wanted to sleep. He didn't want to go outside. He wanted to sleep all day. He had to go to the vet today. He was preparing himself. Okay? Leave my dog alone.
I didn't bring your dog into it. But either way, how have you been? How's your week been going?
Not bad.
Yeah?
Hate that I'm working with the nice weather coming.
But hey, it's okay. It is the time of year. It's nice because
Yes.
here's
But you're
why.
being weatherman Tyler and ruining my day, telling me there's snow on the horizon.
Well, it's a theory. We'll see.
But you're weatherman
this
Tyler.
Is the time of year. This is the time of year where our shops start to get a little bit busier. You start seeing your people you only see in the summer.
Yes.
I mean, we're dealing with a lot of the vape stuff, but we also sell a good amount of cigars. So this is when we start to see all those summer customers come back in, and your day gets a little bit more interesting. And I mean, it always puts you in a better mood when you're working and you know it's nice outside because it's not gloomy and dark. And it's even better when you get to know you get to leave halfway through the day.
Yeah, that's me tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
get
stuck.
to stay in the stores all day.
I'm stuck, so it is what it is. But what I've noticed, I don't know about you, but what I've noticed over the past, I guess 2 months, Smock's been coming out with all their RPM stuff. Geek Vape's getting smaller. Everything's getting smaller. This Orange Trio 85 and the CLE Fox Stick aren't even salt devices. Everything's getting smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So now that causes the problem where a lot of customers come in, they want the smaller device, they want the same amount of power, and it's just not going to be possible. But at first you think, okay, well, it's just a question. Now almost every day I have customers, I like how small this is. But based on what they're telling me, how much power
They
they're
want a
using,
lot of power.
it's not going to work.
You're not going to get any of that power without going to a bigger dual 18650 mod, anything like that. You're not going to get that with an internal
And that's what I
battery.
told them. But at the same time, it's confusing because I mean, if you go to tell them why, if they don't understand, like I had a customer earlier today, and he came in, he was trying to get off the cigarettes, smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and they were Marlboro full flavor. So that was the heftiest cigarettes besides, I guess, Lucky Strikes or any unfiltered, or any non-filtered rather, that you could get. 2 packs a day consistently for years. And nicest guy, super nice guy, came in and said, hey, I want to switch to vaping, I have to get off the cigarettes. Now he had a disposable.
Okay.
And he said, I can't even hit this, it's making me cough. And it was choking him up a little bit. And I mean, disposables, even though they
That's what's
replicate a cigarette, they're still not a cigarette.
No,
you know?
but it's also salt mix, so.
Exactly. So we came to a conclusion, we talked for a little bit. I really tried to iron out what he's looking for, what would be the best for him. The thing is, he never vaped. So he didn't know what was the best for him. So I'm trying to figure this out, asking questions, trying to crack the code, and figured out that, you know what, going with some lower nicotine, a little bit more airflow, a little bit more air through the coil, wouldn't choke him up as much because he could just, it's like sucking air through a straw,
Yes.
you know? So that's the direction I steered him in, and he ended up going with the RPM 160. But either way, he went with that device because one of the big things was, I like how small this is. And I basically had to explain it about 15 times. Like, hey, with what you want to do and what you want out of this, these small devices just aren't going to give you the hit that you want. You're not going to be satisfied. And I just can't stand there and sell something to sell something. And then he's going to come back in 2 days and say, this isn't working, I don't like it.
Yeah,
And
and
then
I
at
mean,
that point
I'm the
it's
same way. Like, even if a customer is dead set on that, I'm making sure it's the right device for that customer and what
Yeah.
they're looking for. Because, yeah, they might like it, but it ain't going to be the right device for them. they want to push 150, 200 watts, or even 100 watts. You ain't getting it out of anything internal battery or that small.
Yep. Now to break this down,
And I mean, it's even hard to get to shoot that with an RPM 160, even
No.
though it goes to 160.
it's pulsing, and that's what I was gonna say. So the batteries we're carrying now are home techs, and home techs are probably one of the best
Best batteries.
vape batteries out there.
Well,
Now,
probably one of the best vape batteries ever.
Ever. And the thing is, they tell you right on the wrapper, it says 63 watts. Now that means that single battery only shoots 63 watts. Now there are some single battery devices like the Sigelli Trio 85 that go up to 85 watts. And it gives everyone a false idea because they think they're shooting 85 watts. Now it pulses up to there. So when you fire, let's say you set your device at 85 watts and you fire it, you're getting a heavy hit, but it's pulsing. The battery's pulsing in terms of power. The
Yeah.
actual wattage I could shoot up to is 63 watts. So anything over 63, it starts pulsing. Now, if you put two batteries, of course, you're getting 126. So the 126 watts is probably the most amount of wattage you could shoot, even on a dual battery device.
Yeah, without going to a triple battery device or anything like that.
Exactly. So now that breaks it down if you're putting your own battery in. If you look at something like the RPM or the Nord or
The
the
Boost.
Boost without the battery or with the internal battery, the Boost, those are smaller than the standard 18650. So
Yeah.
now they're not even going to push 63 watts, right?
No. Yeah, they're not even going to get close to it. I mean, that's the Sigelli Fox thing.
Mhm.
Internal battery, it says, I want to say 80 watts.
Yeah.
Goes
80
up
watt
to,
device.
it ain't going to ever get close to 80
No.
watts, even if you have it set at 80 watts.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it's probably along the lines of 54, 55.
I maybe say 45.
Really, you think? And that's tough. You just don't know. But that's where the problem comes in. And it's like cell phones. I like everything this does, but I like how small it is.
Yeah.
Computers. Oh, look at this
But
MacBook
see-
Air, thin. I like everything it does, but it's small. I like how small it is. But vapes they just aren't the same thing.
No, but that comes up to a point. I think a lot of technology is now getting bigger and bigger. Cell phones are now going back to being a bigger cell phone. You have a bigger screen on it. They're not going back to the blocks that were 20 years ago. But everything's going bigger. TVs are getting bigger. Gaming consoles are getting bigger. You know, they're putting more power in the stuff. Vaping's going the opposite way. Vaping's going smaller.
Yeah.
But people don't realize if they want that big hit, they have to go bigger.
Yep.
They think they can go smaller. It's more convenient, which it is, to go smaller. It fits in your pocket better. You know, it's easier to hold, stuff like that. But if they're looking to shoot half decent or build their own coils, you know, do any of that stuff, you have to go bigger.
Oh, exactly. And that's just one of the things you have to compromise.
Yeah.
You have to compromise. Now, I know we were talking the other day because this has been such a common topic.
You've been talking about it every day.
Yeah, I mean every day this comes up, and then we just have to steer them in the right direction. But in 2 years, who knows? You could have a device that's as big as the Boost with a battery in it that could fire 160 watts, and the battery life's decent. Who knows what they could come out with?
Yeah, but
But-
I think there's a lot of work to get an internal battery that shoot more than 60 watts.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about almost a bomb in your hands at that point. Like it's.
I don't
gonna
even
be
think they would be
powerful
safe.
battery. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but that's the thing, and that's where it's killing it. Because I mean, all the new stuff on the market is small.
Everyone's going small. Everyone's going to a pod system. They're going less wattage. They're aiming towards a smaller device. Aiming towards more of a niche market that way. Even though they're trying to market it for everyone.
Yep.
It really isn't. Those smaller devices are such a niche market because people that want to vape, but they don't want to blow a big cloud. They just need it to help get off cigarettes or whatever they want to do. They want to, 20 watts. Then that's perfect for them.
Mm-hmm.
But people that have always vaped mech mods, dual 18650s with the biggest tanks on them, they think they're going to go with an RPM 160 and get the same production out of their batteries, the same cloud, all that. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not. And it's another thing that happened going off this was because a lot of these smaller devices could handle both types of juice.
Yes.
So they come with both different pods, two different pods,
Or
two
two
sets of
different
coils, and that's kind of hurting it too. Because now, when I'm explaining this, of course I'm going to say, oh yeah, well it could handle both types. So now you're thinking in your head, oh yeah, I get this small device and I could use my 3 milligrams or 6 milligrams. So one, the hit's one thing; it's just not going to give you the hit. too, what I basically, another method I used to sway this gentleman away from the low powered stuff was the size of the coil. I pulled out the RPM 160 coil, which is a V9.
Mhm.
And then I pulled out the RPM coil that he was looking at in his Nord. I said, "There's the difference." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I see that." I said, "That's it." I said, "That bigger coil." I said, "You want to push the RPM or the Nord or whatever?" I said, "You could do it. You could get away with it." Except your coil life's probably not going to be great because you're going to beat
Your
these
hit's
coils.
not gonna be good.
Yeah, you're going to beat the coils into the ground. You're not going to get enough of a hit the first time, so you're going to hit it more often.
Mhm.
And these coils are going to burn out within 3-4 days for you.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things where I could do both, but if you're looking for a device that's strictly non-salt nick, or if you're looking to vape 3 milligrams, 6 milligrams, that's just not your best option.
I mean, I think any pod system that they have, and it doesn't matter what company makes it, they're more lean towards salt nick. Even though they're saying that they can do both. We've seen customers where they put 3 or 6 milligrams in it, and it just eats it up. The coils get junked up. They just don't work. There's too
Yep.
much PG and VG going through the coil. It's just going to junk it up.
Yep, it's just too tiny.
Yeah, the coils are just too tiny to run normal juice. Salt is different. It's more of a 50-50 blend. So it's, a little thinner. So it's going to run through it's a smaller coil. That's
Mhm.
why the Boost coils last good. Nord coils always lasted good. Anything small that you run salt, you're getting 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks out of a coil. I know we get 4,500 puffs out of our
Yeah, they're about.
on our Boost coils. And that's not only us. We know a couple people that have Boost, and they're getting around that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we all use salt.
Yep.
None of us vape normal juice. Now, and you do here and there, but you have special
Have
devices
special devices
to
for
do
it.
that.
Yeah.
Unless people want. I mean, that's a lot of money, but people can do that
Mm-hmm.
too. If they want a salt device, go something smaller. If you want to vape your normal juice because there's some flavor that you like, go bigger tank, bigger mod. Get an 18650 mod. You're fine.
Yep. Oh, exactly.
Even if you
Exactly.
get like an Aegis Solo, single 18650 mod, you get any tank like Freemax 2, anything like that, you can still run your normal juice. You can still push that thing to 60 watts. You're
Yep.
still getting a good hit out of it.
Yeah, that's going to do the same thing. Just your battery life takes a hit a little bit, but you
Yeah.
carry around extra batteries and you're set. I mean, it's one of those things. It really depends on the person. Now, on the flip side, I've had people come in using the Nord with the 0.6 mesh coils, and they use regular juicing all the time, and they get coil life out of it. But if they're not hitting it a lot, and it's literally that thing that sits in their pocket or in their purse, they really only use it when they go out to a bar or they go to a party or they're being social, then that's one
Or they
thing.
go outside on a break and instead of grabbing a cigarette, they're grabbing that.
Yeah, that works. But for something as a daily use,
I mean,
heavy beater.
We know customers that come in and chief their stuff,
Yeah.
and they're like, "This just doesn't work," or "I'm not
Yeah.
getting the right taste." Well,
You're killing it.
you're
See,
killing your
it.
coil.
It's you're pounding it into the ground with your iron lungs. I mean, it's all the time. I have one customer. He sounds like an airplane. Nice guy, but sounds like an airplane when he's sitting in his vape. It's like he's busting it. I feel like he's just gonna blow the coil right down his throat. But I mean, for that, he's using a heavier device. He's using the Geek Vape Aegis X. So,
So
with
he-
a decent tank, got like a TFV16 tank on it.
So, yeah,
he's
you
got
could
the
do
best
that.
tank. That setup's perfect for him. I mean, he could sit there and he could fire away all he wants. I mean, it's
But if he went down to anything smaller,
he'd be done.
the mod wouldn't work.
Yeah, he'd be done. It would blow it right apart.
I mean, I know if we did that, the mod would just shut off on us.
I think so.
Okay, don't try it in front of everyone, but we don't have good luck. Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Try it off the video. We just don't have good luck.
No, you're
that.
right. You're right. This would stop working. I don't know. I think it's
It would
time
blow
for a
up
new
in my
device
hand.
anyway.
It would blow up in my hand. My wife would kill me. Because I would probably be in the hospital.
You'd never have to wash your dishes again.
I don't wash the dishes now. You know what does? The dishwasher.
Never
That's
have
why
to
there's
take
one
out
in
the
the house.
trash.
Yeah. I
Think
guess.
about it, all the work.
I wouldn't have to mow the lawn.
Gone.
I wouldn't have to mow the grass.
Exactly.
That'd be awesome.
Well, he's lazy with that too. He's got a rotting mower, so
I have an acre of land, Tyler.
It's not that much.
It'd take me 4 hours to mow it by feet.
It's good exercise.
I get enough on the golf course and doing whatever else I do.
Yeah, me too. I drive my golf cart up, park right by the ball. I take my 2 steps to the back of the cart. I grab my club. I take my 2 steps to the left. I take my practice swing. I take
And
my
then you
2
flub
steps
it 10
up to the
feet.
ball, and I flub it into the woods.
And then you gotta walk over to the woods.
No, I drive the cart over to the woods.
No, there's not sometimes. Sometimes I have the cart.
Not true. Yeah, because his shots are always out there.
My shots are always better than yours.
If you say so.
Just remember that.
If you say so.
Just remember that.
But whatever. It is what it is.
Are you
I
ready
think.
for?
What's
Huh?
up?
Well, while we're on the golf topic, are you ready for our golf tournaments?
No, we're gonna kill it.
Because there's a lot of smack talk already, and the tournaments haven't even started.
I didn't start this one.
Well, I know you did it.
I always shoot my mouth off. I'm waiting though. I'm waiting.
We have plans. We have a secret weapon. We're going to be very consistent in our team,
Yep.
and we have secret weapons on what we're wearing.
Oh yeah.
And people they're going to hear us all day.
Yep.
So,
Can I have no filter? Can I have no volume control when something good happens?
no, especially when you're drinking beer and playing golf and smoking cigars, you have no control.
Nope.
We'll be on 18 and people on 9 across the course
We'll
would
be able
hear
to
us.
hear. Yep. It'll happen, but it'll be fun.
Well, that JCU won the golf tournament. The PGA.
Bryson, the man.
Your man.
That's it. That's it. Part human, part gorilla.
Yeah, and he was using 4-year-old clubs, which I still don't know how he got that distance out of a 4-year-old driver. But
You look at him. He has special shirts tailored to him.
he has a special shaft tailored to him too. But he's lucky.
Look at the guy.
He's lucky he hit them straight.
He's a year older than me. Can't beat this.
Why don't you go on the Bryson diet?
Bryson diet.
Yeah, I'll show you after the video.
All that guy eats is red meat and about 11 protein shakes a day. I don't know how his heart doesn't blow up. Either way, I'm going to be better than Bryson in about 2 years. Take note. Write it down.
Well, just remember when you get on the PGA Tour, I'm your caddy,
I got you.
and I'm gonna make sure you put every ball in the water.
More money I make, the more money you make. So we'll see what you think in 2 years when I'm on the tour. So
I don't care as long as I'm your caddy. I don't care what we make.
Fair enough.
Be on a
I'll take
golf
it.
course every week.
Oh, how about it? Be nice. That'd be nice. But that about sums it up for us today. So we will catch you on the next episode of Burning Coils.
Have a good one.